Okay, what's up, everybody? This is second episode of the Skullgirls Oceanic podcast. I don't have a name still, so if anybody has names, let me know. I don't really care. Anyway, this time we have the elusive, we shall call Tomo009. Tomo, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Hey, great to be on the show.
Alright, so kind of just starting off, just kicking it off, no real chit chat or whatever. We can just go like, when did you start? Like when you started in the scene, how was the scene? When did you start? How many people were there, etc. Like any notable people, stuff like that. Basically, just recounting the past of the scene.
Yeah, well, basically, when I first started, the game wasn't even out yet, really. I'm not sure why I even picked Skullgirls as the game I wanted to play. I can't even remember why, but I do know that it was because when I joined the fighting game scene in general was like BlazBlue, CS, and the scene pretty much disappeared right after I joined, and I wasn't feeling Capcom games a whole lot, but Skullgirls was already on the horizon, and I was sort of looking at it, and I think originally it was like Painwheel that really attracted me to the game, and then when the game came out, there's quite a lot of players initially, at least in our local Melbourne scene.
Were
We
like a
got
lot of the Melbourne players playing, like the
yeah,
Melbourne anime players, I guess.
not the anime players. The anime players are like completely gone, apart from maybe two.
Okay.
But actually, there was a lot of Capcom players and just everyone trying out the game initially. We got like 30 plus players every single. At that point in time, it was monthlies. At that point in time, monthly tournaments. We had like probably 3 or 4 months where we had that many people up until the first major, and that's sort of where a lot of people started falling off. Cross Tekken came out, and that sort of diverted a lot of people's interest as
Oh
well.
god, launch cross Tekken.
And then it sort of died down to the point where there was basically like 4 or 5 of us playing online for quite a long time. CM
Uh,
had also basically stopped playing by this point.
Oh yeah, because CM started playing when the game came out, and then kind
Yeah,
of dropped it.
CM basically started playing fighting games just before Skullgirls came out.
Oh, okay.
So that was he played Skullgirls initially. He was playing Valentine Bella, which was
Yeah.
really funny. I remember the first major we had, and I was like, I knew CM. I had to play CM to get out of my pool,
Right.
and I was really scared at that point in time of his Bella command grab assist, and like I was asking on the forums like how to deal with it, and Mike Z responded, and it's funny because in retrospect it's like so simple, but it's all I had to do was just late push block, obviously,
Yeah.
and I managed to beat him in that time. He had a like when he first started playing fighting games, he had a very gimmicky play style, I would say.
Right.
Um,
Just to kind
but
of like, sorry to interrupt, but like, what tournament was this? This was BAM 7?
this I can't actually remember. I think it was Shatterly Showdown.
Ah, that's it.
It may have been BAM 7, but that was the first tournament I ever made a top 8 in.
Yeah, it feels good.
And the only time I
Who were
played
the other
Justin
people in
Wong.
top 8, if you remember?
So there was Burnout,
Oh, okay.
Burnout Fighter.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
he
yeah.
was in it. He actually beat me in top 8.
Wow,
There was
okay.
a guy called Solid Steph who is or was, he doesn't really play anymore, like a Marble 3 player basically.
Right.
And then there was like Justin Wong. There was Pitchy from Adelaide. Um,
You made top 8?
yeah, he
Wow,
came.
okay.
I think he came second. I think.
Oh
Or
my god.
third. I think. Yeah, I was pretty salty about that at the time too. So I was like, oh, I can beat Pitchy. Why am I seventh and he like third? Um, who else was there? I think Ryan Hart.
Wow, he played
Um,
Skullgirls? I mean, niggas for launch
well, I
doesn't really
mean,
matter.
this was like a few months into the game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh man, I don't know why I can't remember who else was there, but
Were people like folks
yeah,
and
it
stuff
was.
that were there?
No, folks existed online, but like he hadn't come to a single offline thing by that point in time.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. I think Age may have actually gone out in pools at that point in time. He was already like winning the Melbourne tournaments by that point in time, though.
Okay.
Um, yeah, that's all I can actually remember.
Okay. This is basically launched
That
like
that
even before STE, right?
yeah, this is like
You cut out. Oh no. Oh no. Not like this. It's going great. Jesus Christ.
Hello.
Yeah, sweet. There we go.
Okay, yeah, I don't know, just disconnected, reconnected. I
Oh,
think it
okay.
was actually like Discord lost me for some reason.
Huh, okay.
So wait, so where was what point was I? Did I
You
get
were talking
lost there?
about I think Shadowless Showdown, people made top 8.
Yeah, yeah. So that was it. That's when they made top 8 at that point in time. That was so early in the game that not everyone even knew about like double heavy
Oh,
kick butt.
jeez.
So I pretty much like I almost got a free pass at least until like the last couple of games of pools just by using heavy kick butt. And
People don't know, that used to be invincible basically like the entire duration of the active frames or whatever. Like, it was fairly
yeah,
invincible.
yeah, it was basically a full screen lockdown DP assist
that's
because
that's
it yeah
that's always good in in any situation you can think of.
yeah there was almost no reason not to run it at that point in time.
Right. And you were playing
But yeah,
Pinwheel Double, I guess?
I was playing Painwheel Bella double
Ah,
actually
I
back
see.
then. So I had Seracopter and Double Butt.
Okay, that's
I pretty much only played Painwheel, and
right.
even then, like that was vanilla Skullgirls, and I wasn't killing in one touch, so I wasn't really playing Painwheel at that point in
Oh,
time.
feels bad, man.
But yeah,
Vanilla Skullgirls was something else.
after that sort of it's where the scene really died down. We probably still had about 8 people in Melbourne that played offline, but didn't really play the game a whole lot. One person who did play it a lot, actually, who people might not actually know about, is Daichi. He's a Japanese guy who was studying in Australia
Oh,
for quite a while. He's played an anime. He's one of the only two sort of anime people that actually stuck around during that period to play Marvel and Skullgirls.
he's not the
Um,
Ramlethal player, is he?
no,
Oh, okay.
he's back in Japan now, so
Right.
he never played Exart here.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I used to go to his apartment and play like 400 game sets.
Wow.
That was like the Oceanic meta back then. Was if you were playing offline, you'd play like hundreds of games,
Right.
even online, because there were so few people at that point in time. It was basically on PS4, it was like me and Dime only,
Right.
and on Xbox it was like Age folks. And that's pretty much it at that stage. Then for a while online playing, but I'd say in that era, Age was pretty much dominating.
Right. So, like, what was the ranking, I guess, of the players? So it was Age on top, and then who
Prob-
else?
yeah, probably Age folks, and then like Dime, and then me.
Right.
Because I was really awful at fighting games for a long time.
Right.
And that sort of lasted a while until PC, and there was a really sudden influx of players with PC. I guess just because of the convenience.
Yeah.
But interestingly enough, I wasn't around for very long on PC before I sort of went on a decently long hiatus, like probably about a year, maybe a little bit less, just
Mhm.
because of uni studies
Oh,
mostly. And CM came back in a big way for PC, and that's when he was really on his big get good spree, and he pretty quickly became a dominant force.
This was like he became from like nobody to pretty much the best during the time you were gone for uni stuff. Is that right?
Oh no, like even in early PC, he got good really quickly. There was sort of a period of time where I probably had the most game knowledge at that point, but CM was already getting better than me pretty clearly.
Right.
Um,
So by the
then I
time
did have my yeah.
by the time you came back, he was pretty much considered the best.
Yeah. By the time I came back, he was like completely dominating, and that's when I came back. There's also a few other people that I did know and didn't know that had got a lot better, like Led. I knew him briefly beforehand, but now he was like quite strong.
Who did he play?
I can't remember. Led. He played Philia double, I think it was. That's what I want to say.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, playing Philly and playing double in PC, early PC wasn't like too far fetched, I guess.
no, not at all.
Yeah.
There's also like Chem and Mao was getting pretty good by that point in time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And Smokey was actually, that was when Smokey was serious about the game when I came back. And he was really good back then. He
Mhm.
played Misfortune mostly, actually.
Yeah, because
It was-
he has a bunch of fortune tech on his channel and whatnot.
yeah, yeah.
Was the scene
That was,
very active on Skullheart?
we sort of were, especially I guess around that time we were still pretty I guess wide-eyed about Skullheart, and it all just seemed like the game was growing a whole lot.
Right.
I had a lot of arguments with Volpez on online.
That guy.
I was posting online a lot around then. Even CM was posting a bit, I think.
Right.
There was a lot of sort of everyone trying to get better
Right.
in this scene at that point in time. There was like weekly Rambats, and pretty much everyone would come to them. We used to get like 16-ish plus people every Rambats.
This is offline.
No. This is the online ones.
Oh, okay,
The
okay.
offline because when PC came out, the scene was really separated. Everyone was just all over the place. It was pretty much impossible to play offline.
Okay.
In Melbourne we did, but it was very small, and they were usually you had to get people ready for them well before the event. Although there was actually one Melbourne Rambat where Skullgirls was the biggest traditional fighter
Wow.
in being present. Just because the Capcom communities are really flaky and always have been.
Who could have thought that
So
would
that was
happen?
pretty funny. And yeah, we got like Fruit down from Queensland, which was great. And he actually that was like he actually beat me offline.
Oh,
That was
wow.
the first time where he sort of
That was
where
his,
he got like a good
opening.
placement, and that was like the only time as well that he sort of actually came offline. But
Right.
that was where Fruit is actually getting good now.
Right.
And so at that point in time, I was pretty far down. I guess I won one Skullbats just because CM wasn't there, and me and Smokey had a bad connection for some reason on that particular day because Australian internet does that,
Yeah.
and he just conceded it.
Right. And that made you the winner.
Yeah.
You know,
I
nowadays
was
he
gonna-
wouldn't do that. Like, even if he's as casual, if he enters
Yeah.
the Randbats, if somebody's gonna win at the expense of him, he probably won't. He probably won't do that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty funny actually, especially considering he was pretty serious back then.
Yeah.
Well, that was probably like the end of his serious stint before he pretty much just became completely casual with Skullgirls.
Right.
Um,
So he became
Or at least
casual
at least
after
he
he picked
says
up
that.
Parasol?
after what? Sorry.
After he picked up Parasol, he became casual, or before?
Oh, it was after Parasol.
Okay.
He was actually playing Fortune and Parasol for a bit, I think, if I remember correctly. It was more like around about the time Squiggly came out, I think, where he started really being casual.
Right.
Or Big Band, maybe even.
It will probably be Big Band.
So yeah, I was. That's sort of around about the time where I started to notice a lot of my own flaws in fighting games, and started the very, very slow process of actually removing a lot of my bad habits. And I did get a lot better at Skullgirls at that period of time. I beat CM once in an offline tournament in the grand finals.
This wasn't BAM 8, was it?
No, this was just a Melbourne local.
Oh, okay.
There was no real Skullgirls majors at that point in time until quite a lot later, I guess you'd say, where we sort of had a DIY tournament a couple of times at majors,
Right.
where we actually got Folks to come offline. He's a very rare animal.
Who
He
did
comes
Folks
to pretty
play?
much every. Folks plays. Originally, he was playing Peacock Double Philia, I think. But
Right.
he's definitely most well known for his Peacock Eliza. Once she was out.
Okay. Because I watched the VODs of the Randbats where we did have folks, and I think he played Peacock Philia. I don't know. Maybe he plays
Yeah.
Eliza now or something. I don't know.
Well, his Eliza's like his second strongest character. Peacock Philia he also plays quite a lot, but once he picked up Eliza, he was a lot more of a threat for me at least. That's when he sort of became a real challenge to beat.
Right.
because after he has huge hiatuses all the time because he generally only turns up just once every now and then for a major or something, and for some reason is not completely rusty. I don't know how he does that, but that's how that works.
Did he go to the Ocean that you won?
No.
Oh, okay, of course. Wait, he
That was
lives. He
just-
lives in Victoria, right? You also live in Victoria or something?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, sweet. So that would
And you
make
can
sense.
see like he was even at BAM this year. He turns up to every major, but that's pretty much it.
So does he like play? He plays other things at majors, I guess.
He likes to watch Street Fighter. He also plays it. I don't know how good he is at it, but
Right.
I don't know what he plays
Okay.
most of the time when he's at home. Actually,
So he's pretty
because
elusive.
he's so rare.
Right.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
it's funny though. It's really laid back when you actually meet him.
I've had very few conversations with him on the Discord, and I was like, I don't know what to think about this guy. I've never really known him, so I don't know.
Yeah, he's especially online. He comes across as like kind of a troll, I guess.
Right.
But he's just really laid back. He just doesn't care what he says or how people take anything.
Right.
Take anything he says.
I mean, that's the Australian method, right?
Pretty much.
So this was around, like what character came out around the time that you, like kind of like the era that you were kind of talking about? Was this like Big Band time, like, what was after Big Band? Like Beowulf time? Eliza time.
This is this is pretty much like what I want to call, I guess, the DLC era, because the characters actually, in retrospect, came out reasonably close to each other.
Yeah.
I'm well known for just picking up the newest DLC character every time.
Yeah.
So I pretty much spent all my lab time just learning new characters and just finding a whole lot of tech with every new character that came out. So, I played Squiggly actually for quite a while, and that's around about the time I also dropped Painwheel, who I'd been playing for years at that point in time.
How come?
Picked up... at that point in time, I didn't think she could compete. The game was a lot less balanced back then, and even though in other metas people probably would have thought she was better, but it just really felt like, at least against threats like Valentine and Peacock, especially,
Yeah.
she just wasn't really holding up, because I was a long way behind CM at that point in time,
Right.
and I really wanted to beat him every time I could pick up but the problem was that, like, even though I was getting rid of some of my bad habits, I was still just picking up new characters and kind of band-aiding a lot of my problems that I would have, that I would pick up with characters, and it kind of worked for me, I guess, because the time that I beat CM was actually just after Fukua came out.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and
You beat him
original
with
Fukua
Fukua?
was pretty interesting, and
Oh my
yes, I
God.
beat him with... and that was the first time he'd seen me play Fukua. I hadn't played Fukua against him online at all, like, deliberately. So it was like, yeah, pretty underhanded way to actually beat him offline. I still remember it was pretty funny, because as soon as I beat him, he just turns around and he says, $50 money match me right now.
Who won the money match?
I don't do money matches, I never have. I just
damn.
don't do them.
Wow.
So he had to hold that feeling.
So I guess this was like when Fukua came out.
Yeah, it was a bit later, at that point in time, actually.
Right. After Fukua, I think it was Eliza, then Beowulf, or something?
She was around about the same time, wasn't she?
I
as
don't
Eliza?
actually remember.
I don't know. My timelines are all mixed up.
Yeah.
You're gonna hear me make a lot of mistakes, especially timeline wise today,
That's fine.
and probably assume things are still in the game that haven't been in it for versions as well.
So I guess, like, I don't know, like, maybe, I think Fukua Eliza came out around about the same time, I don't remember. But,
Yeah.
I guess, like, when Beowulf was coming out, I started playing, and then we played a bit. He kind
Yeah.
of beat me up with a bunch of characters I don't remember anymore. I'd have to go back and look.
Yeah, that was pretty much the point in time where I was then starting to play Skullgirls less seriously. I was probably playing Guilty Gear by that point in time. I'm
Oh yeah,
thinking.
Exert came out around then, yeah.
Yeah. Or I was playing... Nah, Smash was a little bit later, I think, actually. But,
Okay.
yeah, so I probably played you with the entire cast.
Yeah, I don't remember, dude.
I played everyone then.
Yeah.
less double, but even a little bit of double. So I pretty much I'd played everyone.
Right. So I guess like after that, when you started playing Exerd, this was I'm pretty sure this was like you were starting to become less active around Beowulf. Then Robo came out. We played a bit of Robo back and forth, and then
Yeah,
after that, like I think when the game was done, finalized, you kind of pretty much just put it down.
I'm trying to remember the timelines, but I think I sort of was still playing Skullgirls while playing Sign. I
Yeah.
ended up not really playing Sign that long. A couple of the old anime people came back, but I just wasn't really feeling Exard Sign at first a whole lot. So I sort of kept up Skullgirls. I can't remember whether Robo came out first or whether I started playing Smash first. Do you remember whether I was playing Robo with you before or after I disappeared?
Sorry
Oh,
about that. I was choking on some water. I think we
all
played
right.
Robo, and then you kind of went away.
Okay, yeah, that sounds pretty
Because I know we,
reasonable.
we
Even
used to
though,
play Robo a bunch, and then we talk about, oh yeah, this thing's pretty good. Oh yeah, that thing's pretty good.
yeah, it's actually kind of funny though because I enjoyed Robo a lot, especially when she first came out.
Yeah,
I
I
like,
did
had a
that.
lot
I
of
did that
fun
too.
just like messing around with her and finding tech.
Finding about cool
Um,
characters and stuff. And I remember the double the heads the tag into double heads double snap that we found. That was tight.
yeah,
That was the
from the
finest piece of tech I found in
$73,
this game.
the head double snaps
Yeah.
and figuring those out.
Oh yeah, with
But
this character that works. I think we the big band one was like, I have no idea how this works, and there was like, oh yeah, there's one way to do it, but it's really inconsistent. And then there's one way
yeah,
that works in everybody that's really easy except for double. And it's like, well, okay,
yep,
that was fun.
yep.
Yeah.
That was also the age of safe jumps when I was like really trying to find safe jumps with all my characters instead of just resets all day.
Yeah. It's like with double, oh yeah, you do standing heavy punch and then you do the two dashes and then you jump heavy kick. And I'm like, oh, that's tight. I think CM, I don't know who found it, but this was around the time like CM started using it a lot, and it was like, oh, that's really tight. And it was like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah. I remember that one especially.
I think
Um,
'cause that one's pretty good because
yeah,
she puts the
it's
projectile
really
down
good.
and it just covers a lot of reversals really
It's
well.
also a lot easier to do than all the other ones.
Oh yeah, because you don't have
Like
to
the,
time the heavy kick. You said the projectile coming down to save you.
well, the Eliza ones aren't too hard to pull off either, just because there's timing tricks to do them. But on some reversals, it's pretty hard to do. Still, a lot harder than the double ones anyway.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it as far as your Skullgirls like kind of career goes. Because as soon as
Being
like
competitive anyway.
yeah. Compare. I mean, you went OHN, so you know I don't know. Maybe there's still more potential. I don't know. But like you pretty much just kind of quit around the time that Revelator came out. Really, you're like I'm done. I've
I
kind of
was I, I was a little bit before that because I was playing Smash almost exclusively. Although
all right.
Skullgirls was pretty much the only traditional game that I was playing during that time that I was playing Smash almost exclusively.
Right.
But that must have been a while because I think that was like a whole year or so that I was pretty much just playing Smash. It was though when Revelator came out, and for some reason I'm not really sure why, but I just fell in love with Exile with Revelator more.
I mean,
Not that
Revelator is a
they're
much better version than Sign.
yeah,
We will
it
say
is, it
that.
is. Not
Uh,
that it doesn't have a ton of flaws, but
I mean, Rev 2, we don't talk about it.
yeah, we don't do that.
But after that, you pretty much just played casually, really,
Whoa,
whenever you can.
sorry, you just cut out there
Oh,
for a second.
I meant like after that, like when Revelator came out, you kind of pretty much put the game down at the back burner, like play half the time, like if you can, stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, I was
Um,
still playing a little bit initially. I
right,
think I think I think it actually was sort of when the beta changes stopped. I
right.
have a I have a very sort of um, addictive personality in that when something new comes out, I have to go and try it.
Yeah,
And when when the changes sort of slowed down for Skullgirls, I did lose quite a bit of interest.
right.
And then when the news of the the actual final version,
Yeah.
yeah, when they came out,
Oh no, didn't it drop again? I'm gonna be so mad. I hate internet. It was tight. It was amazing. And then it wasn't. Jesus Christ.
Hello.
Oh, okay, sweet. It just
Okay.
you kind of just cut out for a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really weird. I can still see the green circle indicating that I'm talking.
Right. I mean, it was like for a bit. It was just wasn't saying anything, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Discord is tight, but you know it's got some issues. I guess I don't know. Or maybe it's just NBN being amazing.
it's probably just my internet connection, to be honest.
Probably.
For months now, it's been in and out, quality wise especially. I can't really
Right.
play fighting games online unless they're rollback, luckily, but
Yeah.
it's been a problem.
But you were saying like when the beta changes like stopped, when the final
Yeah,
beta
yeah,
changes
yeah.
were happening, you came back because you
Yeah.
played a bit. I don't.
Yeah,
I
I sort of
remember
came
that.
back around about that time, and I was starting to get back to the point of making new tech again. I was pretty out of the loop, I guess, at that point in time. That's when my whole version confusion started, because one of my biggest strengths in Skullgirls used to just be that I had a lot of system knowledge,
Yeah.
but apparently if you take a long break from Skullgirls and then come back, it's all jumbled.
Who would have thunk?
Um, uh, but yeah, the actual final version changes. I wasn't feeling as much,
Yeah.
even though ultimately it probably improves a lot of the characters that I played and still play.
Yeah, Robo
But
I think is much better.
yeah,
I've
yeah,
thought so much about Robo, and it's like she might actually be better, but I just don't like playing that way.
yeah. I mean, I agree. She's still probably my favorite character to actually play in Skullgirls, but
It's just
every
not the
time I
same as
play
it
her,
was.
there's this bitterness that she's not the character that I put all that time into with all the different tech I had.
Yeah, yeah.
I really liked how her offense worked before, and now just none of it works. Just does nothing.
The CM's offense is just like I'm gonna do crouching medium kick, or I'm gonna run up and jab, or I'm just gonna jump in with jump medium kick, and it's like.
Yeah,
And
so
it's like
basic.
I can't beat it half the time because the connection is whatever.
Yeah,
But
I
then it's
obviously
like
still its offense, but it's so basic compared to what it used to be.
Yeah.
I just don't enjoy as much as I used to.
it used to be like you could mix up like 50 hits of jump medium punch versus the instant overhit stuff. I was like, tight,
Yeah.
this is amazing. And then you just got to destroy Big Band. That was so fun. I was like, hell yeah. Just delete that stupid
Even though
character.
she is like probably almost definitely a better character.
Oh
just
yeah, yeah,
because
for sure. I think she's a better
She
character
just
by now.
fares better at neutral. Beams are obviously significantly stronger.
But she's
I
like
still
she's
play
so
her
much
when I
more
play.
like Dulcim now. It's like
Yeah,
she's like a
yeah.
fast Dulcim.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I was like, I loved hitting anybody and just taking like all of their life, and now I can't do that. And I can't
that's another
go.
thing.
Oh yeah, I
Her
want to fill
damage
your attack
output-
to Robo.
Her damage output is just quite painful. You need to do very specific things just to get any damage out of her whatsoever.
CM's combo is like he's been practicing combo for like 2 weeks. The jump medium kick link thing. He's been dropping
Yeah.
it like half the time, and it's like
Oh,
I
really?
because partially it's the connection. It just randomly just lags us out because it's that bad.
Yeah, yeah.
But even then, like if he'll do it, he'll sometimes just drop it on like Filio or something. It's like, oh well, hard combo, buddy.
Yeah, you need those though if you want to actually do damage.
Yeah. Otherwise, you do like 616k. But like
Yep.
with Robo, it's not that bad anymore because if you have a head, like the threat of having a head is so much stronger now because
Yeah.
of the way, like
That's
partially
the
the way
one
he
thing that I
plays.
really liked about the changes. Probably the one thing that is a saving grace for my playstyle with Robo
Yeah.
in general.
That the heads are so much stronger now, actually.
Yeah.
And the thing he does with the missile into beam, it's so hard to punish. It's so dumb. Big Bang can't even punish it. It's so garbage. Even if you parry the beam, like the beam super, you can parry it, you still can't punish it. The
I mean,
missiles come
missiles
down
are
here to parry the missiles, and then he gets to throw you. And I was like, well, tight.
Yep. Fun.
Yeah. Still deletes the character.
Intelligent
It's pretty tight.
offense.
Yeah, until you land the throw and you're like, what do I do now? But yeah,
The universal answer. Whole big band.
yeah, that's what you do. then you land like 4K and then you go back to zoning. I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
Just shoot beams.
it's not that bad. But that's pretty much the history as far as that goes. We can kind of just go over the kind of the notable people, I guess,
Yep.
that we don't have scheduled for having on the show, so we can't, just we can just leave those. Like I want to have Age on the show. I want to have I might actually just have Dime. I don't know.
You should
Uh,
do it.
he's an
You
interesting
could get a
person.
very, you could get an interesting conversation out of it.
Yeah. But people most likely not gonna be able to get are like Lead, Folks, Smokey. Most likely I'm not gonna get.
He just won't do it.
Yeah,
He's around, but he just won't do it.
yeah. He'll be talking about his new flat or whatever. I'm like, yeah, sure. Um, but yeah, we can talk about those people. Like, how are they? Like, were they like how good did they get really quickly? Stuff like that. Kind of just talk about that, I guess.
Led especially was always had a really simple play style. Um, he was difficult to deal with for me. I'm not really sure why necessarily. Probably because of my own shortcomings, but I still most of the time was beating him.
Right.
He did get fairly good, I'd say, but nothing like the level that he would need to be to deal with CM or even Age at that point in time either. Um, he was pretty in and out of the scene.
Oh, Lead was.
I'm not even, yeah, I'm not even really sure where he lived. He was really just an online person, and usually if he turned up, it was to play games and nothing else. He
Right.
talked a little bit, but I never really knew him much other than playing against him.
Right.
Folks, I guess I got to know quite a lot better, especially since I've actually met him offline multiple
Right.
times. So he was around pretty much since the start. Always a Peacock player. Pretty much always also a Philia player, but he also I think he had double at one point, and as I said, he plays Eliza a lot once she came out. He also has kind of a simple play style, but he made his team really work for him.
Right.
He actually, funny enough, I found that his biggest weakness was another Peacock player.
Right.
I think when did I figure that out? I think at that point I was playing Painwheel Squiggly or something weird like that when Squiggly was first out,
Right.
and then I just picked Peacock Big Band and just started beating him for some reason. Just
I wonder
because
why.
I think he I think he finds it hard to get out of his zoning patterns because he probably had the most oppressive zoning patterns
Right.
then.
He can
I mean,
he can throw the bombs, but he can't take the bombs.
Yeah,
I
pretty
guess.
much.
Right.
And obviously now Mao is like a lot better. But
Yeah.
back then I had a lot more trouble getting in on Folks than I did on Mao. And
Right.
Folks' defense is slightly better, even though it mostly revolved reversals.
I mean, I guess back then, like people would be like really bad at punishing the M gun. I guess. I mean, not that
Yeah.
anybody punishes
I
it
did.
now. People still mess up the punish on it all the time. I mean, I'll say I do all the time. I drop it.
Yeah.
I block one, then I'm like, and then I just get hit by the other one. I'm like, tight.
Yep, nice.
Yeah. That's it, Led and Folks. Were there any other people that I'm missing? I mean, maybe Fruit. I don't know. Maybe if I want to have Fruit or not.
Maybe Fruit. Oh, you might be get Fruit to talk, but
But like, kind of just
Fruit-
talk about him, I guess.
yeah, Fruit came pretty late into the game. What timeline was it? I was definitely fully back after my hiatus at that point, and we were having Melbourne offline events at that point in time too.
This is CCH.
No, this was at just the Couch Warriors
Oh, okay.
Rambats,
Right.
and Fruit learned the basics really quickly, but he was playing just Bella Band and had a very simple playstyle. Again, I guess.
I think when the time I was playing him, he was playing Fortune Bella.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Fortune.
Yeah.
Fortune Bella. What am I talking about?
He switched to
And
Bella Band like later, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, he did. But he also he was a big fan of reversals. Let's say.
Right. I mean,
But at
he's
the
playing
same,
Bella, so I don't know.
yeah, at
He
the
can hit any
same
special
point,
move and it'll reversal for him.
at the same point in time, he was not very susceptible to reversals himself, so he had that going for him.
Ah, I see. I mean, like
um,
when he plays now, he's like basically never reversal. So I think that's kind of weird.
yeah, it's changed a lot
Yeah.
because he came down to Melbourne not long after having started, and that's where he came down. He beat me. I came like fourth or something, which for me was like, what am I doing? How did
Right.
this happen? Um,
How could this happen to me?
but it was really nice having come down. He's a really great guy, Fruit.
Yeah.
But that's also the only time I've really got to meet him. That one time he came down to Melbourne and came to two events, one casual and one tournament event.
Right. I mean, he lives in like Brisbane or something, so he has his
Yeah,
break, I guess.
yeah. But then after that, he after that particular event, he just rapidly got better. I don't know exactly how he did it, but he played CM a lot. He
Right.
took all of CM's advice pretty directly, I think, and just got a whole lot better, a lot faster than anyone else was.
Right.
And then he started actually going pretty even with me in general.
Right.
And then all of a sudden he just sort of seemed to get tired of fighting games and just still sort of hung around, but was in and out actually playing Skullgirls or not playing Skullgirls. But to his credit, he's remained strong at the game
Oh yeah,
pretty much right
yeah.
until now.
He's like he's same as folks. He just isn't rusty. I'm like, how do you what?
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't know
talked to him
how they do
about
that.
that sort of stuff. He was like, I think the main reason he kind of stopped was like he was stuck in problems that he just had to lab. And he was like, I don't want to go to practice mode. It's really annoying. And I'm like, understandable, but yeah, there you go. And then
Yeah, that's
now
fair
he plays
enough.
casual games or whatever.
That's probably why he doesn't play Fortune pretty much anymore, right?
Yeah, you're right. Have to like relearn the character. Yeah, he like, also like never used Headless, so there was that. But I think when he joined, Headless was kind of bad. So
Yeah, yeah. When he joined, no one used Headless unless they wanted to lose for whatever reason.
I guess that's unlike Smokey, where Headless was the end all be all. I guess.
Yeah, complete opposite ends.
Yeah, I don't know what the character's like now. I guess Shuffle will
Prob
make me find out.
yeah,
Maybe never.
maybe there's finally that balance now where you actually want to use both a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's some of it. I think Headless probably still is slightly better, but that's just because
Yeah,
Headless has more options, and the character that has more options is generally just going to be
yeah,
better.
just gonna be better.
And the damage
Also,
on the head-on is way less than what it used to be. So the damage
yeah,
differential isn't that much anymore.
and just corner offense Headless is very oppressive.
Yeah. Cross up with the head safely? Hell yeah.
Nice.
Garbage. Um,
She's always had ridiculous offense though.
yeah. It's just now it's worth it to go for it.
Yeah,
It's also because the head doesn't take unscaled damage anymore. Head damage,
yeah,
if you combo the head, it scales. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
that's cool. Used
Unfortunate.
to have like big band 2v2 1 meter TOD. That was tight. It's like hell yeah, so much damage with this character. And then nobody played Headless. I was like, well, I'm not gonna get this ever.
I think at first, at least after the changes, the fortune changes, that was mostly an effort thing. Almost
Yeah.
all of the fortune players then had been playing head-on fortune for a long time, and they probably didn't want to change.
Yeah. I think this was the
It's
time when
pretty.
you played Fortune for a bit as well, but that was mostly
Yeah,
because the head changes and you were like, oh, she's more like Zato now. I'm like, yeah,
yeah.
that was fun.
So, so I did that.
And then we had the no
I already sort of had a basic fortune, so it was easy enough to do. But
Yeah. I can't
I
really
don't
think
beat people that
of
I used to.
I can't think of much other things. I guess you can kind of just talk about what you think about the game now. I mean, you also sort of mentioned it that you overall don't like the changes as much. But like I
Yeah,
guess
it's.
we can talk about the patch as in
Oh,
like
sorry.
the 2016 patch till now, as in like from the start of Robo's buffs to the 240 and Dizzy, like post and
Yeah,
Dizzy change. Like, what
I
do you think about
guess
them overall?
those. I think overall they sort of do make the game more consistent. more solid, but they do a lot of them take some of the fun that I used to have with the game out, especially the Robo changes, the Beowulf changes, and the Undizzy changes are the big ones for me.
Right.
Like the Beowulf changes on paper seem like they should be fun changes, but
They're
then you play
not.
the character and it just feels like, oh, all of this stuff that looks like window dressing is actually just things that he used to have that he's now lost, or
Yeah.
are gated away and worse. And he just doesn't feel the same to play for me at all.
Right.
Because I thought he was like the character that I was never going to drop, even above Robo Fortune. Like I was like, oh, he's going to be on all of my teams no matter what. But that the patch proved me wrong. Definitely.
Like,
I don't really.
what was the like?
That's it.
I kind of know what you're talking about, like with the stuff, but like, just kind of like explain, I guess. Like, what do you mean when you say that the window dressing and stuff that he used to have, etc.
Well, I used to really enjoy playing him. I always thought there was missing opportunity with the hype mechanic, obviously.
Yeah.
The way his grabs work was always basically just because you have to land the grab for it to work in the first place. It's just whatever is the best combo situation right now is what I'm going to do. So the hype effects, all being inside grab was almost, I guess, was kind of a really huge shame for me because
Yeah.
all that was ever going to do was open up more combo routes for him or different reset opportunities, different Oki, but then on that front, he lost some of his best options, especially Oki-wise,
Yeah.
compared to what he used to have with the old splash. That was
And the chair
definitely
dance giving the crumple, that was tight.
yeah.
That was so
They were
good.
definitely staples of my Beowulf play back then. The chair dance and the chair dance, safe jumps, and the slam into jump forward, jump heavy punch set play. Which I guess it was pretty reductive. I guess you'd say it was pretty dumb, but that was part of what I just really enjoyed about playing Beowulf. Just getting to actually do that to people after you landed your hop mix-ups. Because he never really felt like a grappler to me in the first place. All of the combos, all the grab stuff, sorry, was pretty much just combo fodder for me.
Oh yeah,
Never
sorry about
liked
that.
his command. Yeah, never liked Wolf Shoot. Still don't like Wolf Shoot.
Yeah.
Obviously Heavenly is great, and just getting better consistent combos off that is probably the biggest thing that is positive that he's received.
Yeah.
That is a cool part of his game plan. How you don't really want to be jumping reactively in his face or predictably, obviously.
Yeah. Like the
So
hype
he
changes were
actually
like
gets to enforce his hops, but
the hype changes. I feel like they were like, oh, he's gonna be like Holy Order Soul, and he just isn't, because
yeah,
nothing, only except for like the heavenly changes, which he could do before. It just wasn't. It was just very hard to get the hype he needed to be able to
yeah,
use heavenly as a
yeah.
mix up or like as a combo
It
starter.
wasn't as consistent just because you didn't have hype as much, basically.
Yeah, and now he like, oh, it's okay that he has hype, I guess. So with one hype, like it's really easy to get one hype, and he can threaten the heavenly's gonna start a combo now, but nothing
Yeah,
else happens in neutral from hype. Like he is nothing that's pressure tool, you know. Like Haas
yeah.
has level 2. What do you call it? The rush punch. I don't remember what it is. It's not rocket. Is it rocket?
Rocket,
Yeah,
rocket.
rocket, like level 2 rocket, charge FRC. It was like it's such a good option to just. Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of blockhead buster or blockhead.
Yeah, Blockhead
something.
Buster is the pressure one.
Yeah. Rocket is the launch punch that just gives you good combos. I guess I don't know. I don't remember.
Well,
I don't remember
sort
the
of
name.
pressure, but not in the same way.
Yeah, but like he didn't have anything like that, and even now, like trying to use hype is so awkward. Because if you think about it like Hoss, it's like Hoss can do a combo with the level 2 and then FR with the charge and FRC and still have
Yeah,
hype to continue. Or
you can
not
always
hype, I guess
charge
action
keep.
charge. But Beowulf
Yeah,
can't do that. If he spends the hype, he can't get it back. Unless he like, I don't
yeah,
know, if
it's
he
just
gets some
gone.
random conversion. It feels so weird. And it's super awkward to work with. And
I
it's
just
like,
wish
okay,
I wish he had more options. Other
yeah,
than I guess the one that I really like is the crouching heavy punch. chairless into chair pickup. But that's so incredibly specific, and
It's never an option. Like, I've played him so much, I have like a
yeah,
hundred games at this point, or maybe more. I've just never had the opportunity to use it.
yeah,
Because if you often get it, you have to throw your chair away, which, in what situation will you be able to then get the chair back? Like, if they block your heavy punch chair throw, it's like, well, I'm probably never going to get my chair for the rest of the match. It just
yeah.
works out that
That's what
way.
he feels like.
And I always
I,
feel like the chair mechanic feels more like a drop. Oh, you dropped your combo, now you suck.
yeah.
More than a valuable tool.
Like, it sort of makes sense, at least with reversal, I guess. That now you're weaker, and
Yeah.
it's going to be a massive pain to ever get your chair back at this point in time.
But
I
it feels so bad. Like, oh my god, I dropped my light chair combo. Now I'm gonna suck for the rest of the game. That's tight.
I guess it is better though that he doesn't get chipped quite as hard.
Oh yeah. No more projectile chip.
Guaranteed, just taking like 4,000 chip on incoming.
That was terrible. I think Mao used to find setups like, oh yeah, if you do this, and Beowulf has used his chair or whatever, then he just takes like more damage than he would just eating the combo. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I when I didn't play the character, I was like, oh, that's pretty tight. And now I look back at it, and now I'm playing him, and I'm like, oh, jeez, I'm so happy nobody did that. Nobody does that.
Oh, Mao did. He was like the only one that really took advantage of that situation, though. Really.
Yeah.
I'm sure if the changes lasted longer, there'd be more people doing it now. Maybe.
I mean, if
Perhaps.
people played the character, then yeah. Because I don't think
Yeah.
anybody played him really that much.
That's sort of someone needs to scare people with the character. Same thing as what's happened with Jedi Link and Squiggly.
Oh yeah. Oh jeez. I used to think Squiggly was alright, but like not. I used to think she was alright, but too restrictive on teams. But I don't like. She's still
I still
restrictive on
think that.
teams, but she's so much not just alright. It's so much worse than that.
I just think Jedi Link's good, and you're all salty.
I mean, he is good, but like he hits the buttons and they beat all my buttons. What? He'll do crouching light kick as like a barre, and it'll just go under my air dash. And I'm like, oh, okay, jeez.
Haven't you seen America complaining
I
about
just,
that since forever?
Yeah, I've been complaining about it since forever. I'll complain about it forever, dude. It's still garbage. Never gonna let that go. That character's garbage.
My Squiggly, Smokey's Squiggly. We couldn't do anything. We needed Jedi Link to come and make everyone salty.
Because he did the fruit really. He just showed up and then he got really really good really quickly.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's frustrating to play against him now. Because he has the melee thing where it's like he does like he kind of plays like Hungry Box where he does stuff that you know is coming because he'll always like up back beat extend, but it's so hard to punish that from round start.
Yeah.
And then he has a charge and it's like I know what you're going to do, but it's so safe that I can't do anything about it. And now he has charge, and now punch charge is just stupid because if I'm on the ground next to him or like even relatively close to him, he'll put me in the ground. Or you'll have Sing SBO pressure, and then it's like, okay, I don't want to deal with Squiggly's mix-up, so I don't want to let her be close to me. And then I'll push block him away, and then he'll just use that time to build charge, and I'm like, all right.
That's why that team is so good, though.
Yeah,
That's why you see so many Squig Band duos, obviously.
yeah.
And I guess, neither me or Smokey actually really played Squig Band for any long period of time, so our Squigglies were slightly gimped compared to...
Yeah, totally.
You should be playing the character.
Then he gets every combo leads to a charge, and it's like, oh, Jesus Christ. That's the stupidest part, really. Where he's like, I get the silver cord, and then I get the punch charge, and I'm like, I was trying to chase you so you wouldn't have the charge, and now you hit me, and now you have charge? Cool. And you have pressure now. But it's good, though. Like, he showed up, and he, like, just kicked everybody's teeth, and it was like, you guys all sucks. And it was like, alright, now we have to beat you. That's cool. It's just
cool.
annoying
At least
when you
it's
have to play him.
It's like it's good for the OCE scene as well going forward that new people actually show up and get good.
Yeah.
Keep people interested.
Yeah,
So I guess
totally.
a lot of people also sort of fall off or leave the scene. It's kind of hard when it's a scene this small.
Yeah. I think at this point the scene is doing pretty well though. Like, ever
Yeah.
since Rambat started, Only person who's really left is Fruit. After that, like we didn't really lose anybody. Like you'll still play if your net wasn't bad, you know. Like I
Yeah,
hope, yeah. Um,
yeah. I'm playing a little bit more now. I don't play online very much anymore for some reason. I'm not really sure why. Even when I can, even when my internet is working well enough and I can do it,
right. But you play Astro
I
offline all the
guess
time. I heard.
I played him offline, not all the time.
All right.
He
I
asked
mean,
to play
like
me.
if you can find it.
Yeah, I have. I guess I've actually played Skullgirls offline at the last 3 events I've been to that had Skullgirls players.
Right.
Yeah, so I guess I still played a decent amount. I played it at OHN. I kind of actually sort of sparked my return back into Skullgirls. I guess a bit. I guess even though um, there wasn't really anyone there to be challenging. It was
Wow.
like
You
risky,
gonna say Risky was
risky.
free?
Like it was just risky.
Risky's fun to play.
Second best offline Skullgirls player.
In OCE, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be good if he just push blocked. Like
Yeah, oh jeez, dude. It's so annoying to play against him like that. Because it's like, I land the jumping heavy punch on him. Like, if I land it, and I'm like, okay, he's going to push block me, so I'm going to do the hop medium punch. And he just doesn't push block me. I'm like, okay, I get hop free mix up now.
yeah.
Feels good, man. I'm like, hell yeah. But,
He has a functional enough neutral game. He has offense. He just never push blocks ever.
yeah.
I guess because he's been putting a lot of effort into Guilty Gear at the moment.
Yeah, he's been playing Guilty Gear heaps. Though he's been playing Skullgirls a fair bit heaps too, so I don't know. I haven't kept up with Rev 2, like, net play, so I wouldn't know who plays and who doesn't, so.
I don't know if
Uh,
he plays online much, but he turned up at the major, that's for sure.
right. Can't think of much else, really. Is there anything else that you want to mention? As I just recall anything that I do want to kind of talk about.
Um, what sort of things have we missed talking about? Or
Because we
people
kind
have
of
we
talked
missed
about
talking about?
we talked about the people, we talked about the scene, we talked about the game, we talked about what do you think. Um,
I
I guess
guess
really some of the
going
future stuff, but yeah,
some of the what stuff?
like the future, like what do you think about the scene going forward?
Yeah,
What do you think about
yeah.
the game going
That's
forward?
what I was gonna say. So
All
I
right.
think the OCE scene going forward looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty consistent right now. There's a I guess a healthy environment generally in the community. There's a lot of people that are wanting to get better. There's a lot of beginners. Not everyone's as dedicated as everyone else, but there are enough people to sort of sustain it now. I still keep getting interested just because people are still there,
Right.
and I spent so long with the game that it's kind of hard to not look back and think, oh, I just want to play some more.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much had the same thing as well. Like, I want to play it because I used to think I was really good, and I want to kind of win it. You know, just like one last hurrah before I let the game go, or whatever.
It's so rough when I come back now, though, and I play Jedi Link, and it's like, I feel like I've never played this game, and he's just jumping on me, and I just can't do anything.
Yeah,
I feel so bad.
yeah, totally. I remember the time I was like, because I wasn't playing Skullgirls much when like right when the Ranbat started, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm good. You know what? I'm gonna beat everybody, and then I just get my teeth kicked in, and I was like, wow, well, all right. And I kind of just left it for a bit when I stopped streaming, and then Fruit streamed.
Yeah.
And then I kind of came back, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna win it again. And then Jedi was like, no. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then Nate's like, no, and I'm like, that's cool too. And then Mao just beats me, and I'm like, I'm not happy with this. Then I get Mao to show up in my place, and we play, and then he just beats me like 18-11. I'm like, all right. That was so fun.
I'm sure if I just put in some effort, I can get some of it back.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people now who are sort of more consistent than they used to be, though. Everyone's got better while I've been away, pretty much.
Right.
Obviously,
I guess age would be the kind of one generational connection thing. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think about him?
But
Like, have you played him much?
Not recently, but I still see he does fairly well.
Yeah.
He's not dominating. There's a few people at that sort of current topish level who can all beat each other, which is nice to see.
Yeah, I
compared to what
mean,
we used to have with just complete CM domination. Although part of that is probably because CM just keeps picking different characters.
he also can't play online
Yeah, that doesn't
technically.
help either.
That if he
but
was able to play, he'd probably still be winning. But if he stops,
I,
if he actually just goes back to Valband, he just picks Valband and it's like that's it. He probably still win. Even though I will say I did take the set off him in Valband last time he played Valband against me. I took a set. I was like hell
oh,
yeah.
that's nice. That's nice.
Even though it was like
You
it
should
was
all take
5-3, it
that.
was laggy as hell. I'm like I'm taking it. I was like hell yeah. I was like hey
Take everyone you get.
yeah. That's the only one I'm gonna get in a long time.
But I think Age has always just been consistently strong. I think it's because he really sticks mostly to his team. He every now and then picks up a new character. He does incorporate them into his main team, but he never completely dumps everything and starts again, as people like me have been known to do.
Right.
And he just learns his offense. So every time he gets a hit, he makes it count.
Oh jeez, dude.
But
Yeah.
so I think he's always gonna matter, pretty much no matter what happens. Just because of that, he's going to make sure that any chance he gets, he's going to capitalize on it. And
Yeah.
he's going to try and just win games, snowballing his like just set play basically.
Yeah. Like once he gets a hit on you, it's like, well, that's it. I'm gonna let this character die. I'm gonna wait for my turn. Because he at one point he was doing the jump medium the crouching medium kick run stop jump light punch medium punch reset all the time. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I get knocked down, and then he does the setup again, and then I get knocked down, and he does the setup again, and I get knocked down, and he does the setup again. And I'm like, well, that's cool. It's so much fun.
Yep.
But yeah, that's Edge. There's nobody else really from your era, quote unquote, that still plays nowadays. I mean, Smokey's super casual. CM, we talked about him, like we had a podcast with him already, and even he doesn't he the data that he gets is it's kind of shrouded in laggy games, I guess.
That's strange because he's on NBN, and that's worrying me a lot because I've been waiting for months for my chance to play fighting games again when NBN comes, and now I'm worried that even when it does come, it's not going to be enough, and Australian internet is just going to win in the end.
It's so dumb because like it'll say 83 ping. It's not 83 ping.
It's just not consistent.
It just
It's not consistent.
It just drops half the time. I'm like, and one game it'll be so tight, and I'll be hitting everything, and he'll be hitting everything, and like the game is going alright, and the next game is just completely nobody can see anything. He'll throw me, and I'll be like, it'll roll back to where I have gotten thrown already, and I'm falling down from the Robo throw. Like when she puts you in the thingy and just shoots you with the beam, and you're falling down from the beam. Sometimes I'll just see that, and I'm like, I guess I got thrown. Okay. Because he does the single jab throw, and I'm like, I just don't see the jab at all, and just get thrown anyway. I'm like, that's cool.
Real Australian rollbacks.
It was like, well, I technically got thrown again, I guess. Because I was blocking, and he did throw me.
Yep. But also, there's from that generation, Mao, obviously.
Oh, yeah,
Mao's,
I
Mao's,
guess.
Mao's probably been like the most consistent person that still plays and has always played Skullgirls, really.
Oh, yeah. Because he pretty much started in the PC days too, right?
Yeah.
Right. So he's
That's when I really remember him turning up. Even before my hiatus, he was already like a prominent player.
Right.
But he's also another one that sort of just stuck to his guns, and he's just consistently gotten better and better. He's not like a Jedi Link who just turned up and just suddenly got better. He's like really just over time has just improved.
Yeah, he's been working on a lot of his tactics and just improving those or like consistently. Like I remember playing him last year, and the things he was doing last year, he just wasn't like. Now he has so much better, like decision making in those little like places, and he's probably better than me. I don't like to admit it.
Oh, everyone's better than me now.
You're right. I remember when I came back and I played you in 5 laggy games, and I popped off. That was tight. I'll keep that with me.
It's okay. If I'll practice for a few weeks, then we can have some more just really scrappy games.
Yeah, it's weird though the way we play. It's so much different. Just thinking, than like
Yeah,
normal Skullgirls thinking is. It's weird.
it just has to be something about how the way I play the game, because it's not only you. It's just in certain games against certain players that happens. Like especially it happens to me against Forte and Guilty Gear,
Right.
The Melbourne Melia player. There's the exact same thing. We just have these really weird, scrappy games that just don't look or feel like the game should.
Yeah. Like you'll be super jumping away with Robo, and I'm like, I'm just gonna keep dash dancing under you. Well, not dash dancing against wave dashing, but same thing. Whatever. Just keep dashing under you all the time, and then I like block the jump medium punch, and then you get a throw. And I'm like, cool. And then
Yep.
and then you drop the throw combo, and I'm like, cooler. I'll take it. That's the fun part.
Oh, I drop so many Skullgirls combos now. That's actually one thing that taking breaks away from Skullgirls has taught me, is that Skullgirls is not an easy game. I used to think it was like the easiest fighting game, but I think that's partially just because it's the game that I actually sort of really learned fighting games properly with, so for me it just made sense. Now that I've played a lot of other fighting games and come back, and now that I've got a bit of a knowledge gap, like I'm a bit behind in knowledge in Skullgirls.
Right.
The game feels really hard to play, and there's a lot of stuff that you just have to know and do before you can really play it.
Yeah. Like knowing how to PBGC, PB auto guard is what I like to call it now.
I still think I'm like one of the only people that actually does PBAG anyway, even though I hardly play the game.
Yeah. And I
As-
go
as-
for it in some places. I'll see myself blocking low standing. I'm like, hell yeah. And then sometimes I'm like, I block this, and I want to just hold up forward to get out of somebody's mix-up, and I get hit low. Like, I deserve it.
But everyone's doing like push block guard cancel jab now. That's what's scaring me. I'm just
Yeah.
sitting here just trying to p-bag everything.
Dude, trying to deal with Jedi's buttons.
Yep.
Every button just reversals, dude. I'm like, Jesus. But
It's okay. Squiggly can't move anywhere. She has to drag you to her.
yeah, you're right. And then she puts me in the ground, dude.
Yep.
And she gets like a bajillion damage out of it. That's tight. I want to see that reset that he does with the jumping heavy punch. And if I have my air dash, I'll just air dash jump medium punch over it, as he does the low throw after it. I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be the fun part. But I keep air dashing every time, so I don't have my air dash wheel on me.
That's one thing about Jedi Link. When I've played him, I've actually not played him that much, but I always know where his reset is. I know exactly when it's coming.
Yeah.
He does some of my old squiggly like trademark resets, like the standing medium punch stancel in the corner, the
Oh, yeah.
crossover. I know it's coming. I just get hit by it. I don't know why.
Yeah,
It's
it's
the worst
weird.
feeling.
And it's like his I guess Abare situations, not Abare, but like I guess not necessarily Nitaku either, but like the little like weird situations where it's like really scrambles. Yeah, I guess scrambles really. He's so good at scrambles, and for a
Yeah.
character who he's playing Squiggly, who traditionally is not very good at scrambles because he's kind of slow character, but like he'll get run up.
Probably a melee thing. Probably
Yeah.
a melee thing, I think.
They'll just be like really good at those. And it was like it's really annoying trying to play that.
You just get put into so many different situations in melee that you just learn to just look at what is actually on screen and just have a response of some kind. I guess that he just has that skill.
Yeah. See, like he'll do something and I'll do something. I guess like both like, oh, we both call big band, and we both have blocked it, and then he'll always have a button that beats my button, and it's like that's the most frustrating part of playing him. In like he'll hit something that'll just hit me, or he'll be like, now he has the read that I'm not gonna do anything, so he does the confirmed command grab and he kills me for it. And I'm like, all right. Stuff like that, that stuff. I think like that's really what makes him really good at the game, and it's too hard to avoid it at the level of skill that everybody is at. Like it's hard to control the chaos of the game. So if you are good at the chaos,
One question from me to you. How do you think OCE is now at its current level? How do you think we are stacking up to the other regions?
I don't watch enough anymore to answer that.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think CM if CM gets good internet and he plays good people like for a month, he'll probably make top 16 at the very least. If you don't count the I'm representing my region sort of deal. Like Like if you're representing your region, you get really freaked out about it, like how Gabe was when he played Roa in
Yeah.
the US, stuff like that. Like if he doesn't get that, then he might be getting top 16 free, top 8s maybe. I don't know. Like people are really good now. People are really
I
strong
think
mix up.
it's I think
His defense is
it's
really bad, or
it's
relatively
also just
anyway.
hard to ignore that fact that when you go overseas, not only is there already that pressure on you, but the tournaments are just going to be bigger than things that we've experienced for a long time at least.
Yeah,
So it's just haven't played Skullgirls against that many players, one after the other.
that many different players too, and that many different like
Yeah,
assists and
different
stuff.
play styles and just people that are just going to throw different things at you. And that's probably where CM is his weakest, when he just encounters something he's just never seen before. He'll
Yeah.
adapt quickly, but not quickly enough to take a set when
Like
you
he won't
first
take a
show
2
him
out of
something.
3 against like
Yeah,
Squiggly Sing Beowulf, maybe not even Beowulf, like Painwheel Squiggly Sing double L butt or something. I don't know, like something like crazy. You know,
yeah,
like he'll probably lose in the 2 out of 3 against that, but in a first to 5 after that, he'll probably beat it. Like
yeah,
stuff like that.
exactly. That's sort of how I think it would sort of go for him.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. I think the OCE scene is overall stronger than it was when I left for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard not to do that, right?
Yeah, even though there was sort of a period where like there was only like a few people that were still sort of playing Skullgirls, and you'd get one new person in, that person disappears, and then like a couple of weeks later, one new person comes in.
Yeah.
It just sort of seemed to happen that you just happened to get a few newcomers at the same time, so that some of them actually stuck, and then you got more newcomers. And there was enough sort of
There were enough new
people at
players for
that level that they could sustain.
yeah. Like for enough new players for other new players to not feel like they're just only playing experienced players.
Yeah,
Like I feel like
that
that's
was
pretty big.
a huge problem for us for so long.
Yeah. Like now it's pretty good because like we have Boot, we have wait what we have Makinami, we have Dub. Oh, yes, Dub Civility. We have Daniku. Like and Caduceon, and some of them are pretty promising. Like Caduceon is pretty
And
promising, I
Bomb,
think.
Laughing Bomb.
Yeah, that guy's pretty. That
Well,
guy's pretty alright too. Like that.
there's such a massive scene in Sydney, but they just none of them are interested in being part of this scene at all. It's so weird.
I don't. I'm part of their Discord, and that Discord is not very active anymore. So I don't know. Maybe they still
Really?
play it.
It's
Yeah.
strange. They play offline, and like I went to OHN, and like that was the biggest Skullgirls tournament I've been to probably since that. I think it was Shadowloo Showdown. Maybe it was a BAM
Oh, okay.
tournament. Like I haven't seen a tournament that big since back then for Skullgirls that I've been in.
But
It was actually
they
it
just
was
are
a pretty interesting
insular.
experience. Yeah, they have their own meta.
Okay.
Interestingly enough, they have a lot of Beowulf and a lot of Robo.
Okay, that's cool. It'll be fun to see their Beowulfs just like jumping heavy punch into every beat extend. That'll be tight.
Pretty much, that's what they're gonna do. They were like, one guy came up to me. He's like, I now realize how good beat extend is. 'Cause my big band is awful. I hadn't
Yeah.
practiced Skullgirls for OHN at all. If anyone snapped my big band, like if Risky had have snapped my big band, he probably could have actually beaten me. To be honest, just because my team would have fallen apart.
Right.
But I chose Big Band instead of Beowulf specifically because I wanted to show them, and it just worked so well. I just nabbed them all, just tambourine every single person. And one guy just came up to me. It's like I figured out how good it is. I'm gonna pick him up now. I like
You've
My goal has
you've
been
set the
achieved.
fire, dude. You're the Prometheus.
I've ruined their little
Haven.
like enclave scene.
I mean, Robo is pretty good at destroying the character though, so that's pretty alright.
Yeah, they have a lot of Robos, so they'll probably have a deal.
The character's
Maybe.
probably that like you can do whatever to the character, and she's probably still never gonna lose to Big Band ever.
Yeah, he'd have to do something pretty huge.
Yeah.
Like make Beam not beat Armor somehow. Just give
Oh,
it
that was a thing,
some
dude.
sort of-
You don't know.
give it an exception girls flag.
That used to be a thing. Like when the changes just started, it was like.
Oh,
if
really? Seriously?
Yeah, that was like Big Ben could do heavy punch armor, and the heavy punch beam would just go. He would just go through it. Like he would just hit her. But you could do the falling.
I didn't see that one.
That was like I think that stuck around for like a week, and then they made the change where like this is too stupid and like too brainless to be a thing, and so they made the parry better against it. And I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like-
I remember I definitely remember when the parry change came out. So maybe it's something I've just forgotten for some reason.
That was like week 1 of the new changes. I remember I
Yeah.
remember this because I went back to the VOD just to kind of see when the Beowulf changes happened,
Ah, yeah.
and I was
That
watching
parry
that
change.
VOD.
That parry change is really cool. That's like of the most recent changes. That's definitely one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, the parry moving against the projectile well. I feel like that was the
Yeah.
best way to do that change because it's like it's the most brainy. It's the most brainy change really, and it's the one that has the most counterplay to it, which
And
is
it
really
also
a good
just makes
Skullgirls change.
also just makes Big Band more fun.
Yeah,
And any change that is both good for the game and fun is like a no-brainer. Just do it. Why not?
yeah. That's the exact opposite of what happened to Beowulf, right?
Pretty much.
Dude, I feel you on the Beowulf change though. That character is so tight in the like I look at all the old footage and I'm like, this character is doing some sick stuff.
Yeah.
I can't do that anymore.
Sure, maybe some of it was actually dumb. Like the safe jumps everywhere. Maybe it was too much. The full undizzy, like Okizeme. Maybe that was too much. But even with the undizzy changes now, damage-wise, that wouldn't have been too bad if he could still do his post undizzy combos. They would have done so little damage anyway.
It already does like no damage. You do that combo and you get like 2.7k or something, without any
Yeah.
hype. That is. Like if you don't include the hype damage reductions, I guess I don't know. Like it just doesn't do anything. I'm like, that's cool. And then I still don't get to do my Oki. That's nice. Thanks, Maxie. That was incredibly annoying. But I still think the character has a lot of potential. It's just
Oh yeah, I mean no character in Skullgirls is that bad. So
he feels like Slayer, where his neutral really isn't quote unquote good. He just has a bunch of stuff. He'll just go through you if you do something dumb. You know.
yeah, I
Like
sort
it's
of agree
actually
with
quite
that.
third strikey in that way, where if
But
you make a predictable move, he'll just kill you for it. Like if you do
But I
something.
feel like his damage isn't quite high enough to be that same threat. Like
Yeah,
you're
not
not
on the
gonna
level
just
of like.
explode immediately.
Yeah. Like if you get a random arm, you have to be so like spacing specific to get a conversion on an arm.
Yeah.
And arm doesn't hit the assist properly. That's always been a problem, I guess. Like
Yeah,
it
that was
won't
always
roll
I
super
hated
fast.
that. I'd always punch the assist and then get punished every time.
Oh, not
'Cause
even
the
that.
assist
Like if you like Happy Birthday, both characters, the assist just
Yeah.
doesn't get wall stuck. That's really annoying.
And try to do the combo, the corner carry combo. Yeah.
And he just sucks at corner carrying with Happy Birthdays, but that's different.
Doing happy birthday combos in general is I found pretty hard with Beowulf.
Yeah. Like if you do your specific starter of crouch light kick, standing medium punch, standing heavy kick, then you see like, oh, there's the assist. I should do the assist combo. You try to do Blitzer. Blitzer just drops on one of the characters.
Yep.
It just does. And I was like, that's cool.
Hits one and the other one just doesn't get hit. Oh,
Or
great.
even with the
Then
chairs,
combo.
it just doesn't hit the other character that often. It's really annoying.
Yeah. You like pretty much have to do the launch combos, but you have to realize before you get to your heavies then to do
Yeah.
that.
And the launch
And
combos
if
aren't
you're-
too bad, I guess.
Yeah, they're not too bad. Like you still get pretty decent corner carry.
Yeah. Like the Blitzer one, you can like spend 150 on Dizzy, I think, and you basically get corner to corner, which is pretty good. Not too bad.
Yeah.
It's just like he's just too finicky like that. He's got for a character that's meant to be simple, his combos are not. Like the
I don't know it was ever simple. he has so many like he has so many subsystems
yeah.
that themselves don't do much, but you need to be aware of them. I don't think it was ever simple.
I felt like he was meant to be like I don't know, like who would be, like Scriggly would be a complicated character. Like he's got the two stances, you have to measure the stances, and then she's got the double jump and stuff, and she's got the
She's
bad moves
sort
to
of
work with.
complicated, except then you find that like most of her stance moves are like pretty specific or not that important anyway.
Yeah, I guess. Like I feel
Kind
like
of the opposite thing.
yeah, probably Beowulf probably does end up to be more complicated than Squiggly. But it's more that the subsystems that they make him like instead of like with Squiggly it's like, oh, you got the stance, you feel good about you got the stance.
Yep.
It's
They're all positive effects.
yeah, with Beowulf it feels like you dropped this or you did this wrong. You feel bad for it now.
Yeah.
It's the most annoying part about the character.
Maybe the way to go was, or perhaps in my design land would have been to make Chairless slightly different and actually have some more positive effects
Yeah.
other than just a giant crouching heavy kick arm.
That isn't even that good. It's like people used to
No.
say, "Oh, Beowulf just destroys Peacock because he can just do the thingy," and then Mao was like, "What if I put out this big ass bomb?" And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Hey,
I used to be like that. I used to say like, oh, Beowulf going chairless is actually good against Peacock. No,
it's
what was
not.
I thinking?
This isn't, dude. It's bad. Like, what do you do? You just do it. Like the dumbest part about it is you'll be like, okay, he's gonna do some stupid projectile, and then you use the chair to go through it, and then as soon as you land onto the floor with the chair, not the sweep, the Lenny blows up, and then you eat all his damage just for just trying to punish Peacock for going through her thing, and it's like, all
Yep,
right. And then he has a big
Beowulf
ass hurt
life.
box. It's annoying. I still think he's really fun though. I'm not gonna lie. Like once you do get in, like the big read, you get the big read and you get a hit. I'm like, all right, I can do things now. It's
Just the
just
fact that he has the hop just makes him fun,
yeah.
no matter what.
You just it's it's like he isn't coherent in any way. Like he really isn't.
No, he's not.
But the tools really like they don't work in coherent ways, but they end up forming this really weird package of low risk, low reward with the jumping heavy punch, or I guess medium risk, low reward. I guess medium risk, low mid reward with the assists and whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it's definitely medium risk, but there's not a lot of reward. Uh,
Yeah. Well, the risk isn't that bad. It's just that then there's a big band, and it's like all of a sudden your spacing has to be so specific.
yeah, yeah. Like and they can mess with the spacing so much too. It's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Like
just moving or just jump forward and block, and then all of a sudden you get grabbed, and
then you get mixed up. Like they can jump at you, and that's a mix-up. I'm like, okay, that's tight.
yeah.
I always thought that, but I didn't realize how awful it would feel to be playing like that.
But it feels like you still need to use that jumping heavy punch, or you're
Yeah.
just not playing the character.
Or and if it's like if they try to avoid it in some way, he has a tool that beats that some way.
Yeah, yeah,
But it just really isn't coherent. But it works, I guess.
yeah. It sort of does. It sort of seems like a whole lot of ideas that, in a vacuum, made sense thrown together, and in practice they kind of make sense.
Yeah. It's very like not even digital. It's just very it's very Frankenstein-y, I guess. I don't know. Like just a lot of cut up and just put together sort of deal.
I mean, I've always kind of felt that way about Skullgirls designs, or well, always. Sorry, I've felt like that for probably 2-3 years about Skullgirls designs.
I feel like that to be the case for a lot of the like I guess for I didn't feel like that for a lot of the launch characters for Big Band and for Robo Fortune now. Like Robo and Big Band and I guess Philia, Bella, Peacock, to an extent Fortune now. Like a lot of those characters, they make sense as to what they're supposed to do and how their tools come together.
I think Bella is a pretty kitchen sink design, but that was more like what is everything I could possibly give a grappler character, and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden the grappling didn't matter much, but still.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like I feel like now it matters more though, because a lot of the
Yeah.
really dumb stuff is worse. Like the
Yeah,
jumping
that's
heavy punch
true.
overhead is not that good anymore. The jumping down medium punch is not that good anymore. But
Yep.
it had to come to this point for it to be a thing. I don't know. Like there's stuff like that. But some of the new characters, like I feel like Eliza really isn't that coherent.
Eliza's probably the worst case of it too, really.
Yeah.
I feel.
Because like she's got the servants, and then she's got the uppercut. That's cool. And then she's got this.
A Cyrus spiral, which just makes no sense unless you were thinking about assists. But
Yeah, that's an assist move only. Like that's just an assist move.
and it's just like there's just the medium version of it, just to have a medium version.
That's the funnest part. Whenever I see it, like I know the opponent didn't want that when they got it. Like everybody gets it when they do the standing medium punch incoming, and
Yeah.
then do medium punch Horus, and then you get the medium
Yeah,
punch
yeah,
in medium
yeah.
spiral. I'm like, hell yeah, that's what you wanted. Yeah. And then she has Signet. Why? She gets to play Tekken with you. Am I gonna do this string or I'm gonna finish it early and then just go away? That's tight. And then she has big ass buttons. That's cool. And then she has big ass hurt boxes, and then she has playing
I
as
feel
Pigman.
her normals are probably like the most coherent part of her design though.
Yeah.
They make sense, and they're designed well with their movement too.
Yeah. It's just like they don't come together with the rest of the kit that strongly, you know.
Yeah, it's mostly her specials that just seem like they were just sort of pulled out of nowhere for some reason.
It's the oh, they look cool when you make the concept
Yeah,
art.
exactly. It's like you're drawing all the concept art. It's like, this looks cool. This is going to be her quarter circle back medium kick.
That was definitely meant to be heavy kick, and they were just like, we need a medium kick. Oh no.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. You just make the light kick one just a combo tool, just so that it has some use.
What about the medium kick though?
Yeah.
You're right. I think we gotta drag this on for a bit longer, which was cool. I don't mind that. That's tight. Which is, I mean, that's kind of the thing, right? We kind of want to document what a lot of the people think when they come onto the show. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That we kind of got what just about everything really that you wanted to talk about. I guess I don't know if do you have anything else really?
Please. Everything that I can think of off the top of my head.
Talked about how
Definitely.
janky the game is. Talked about the scene. Talked about how good it is now. I guess like, do you have any using your old man experience? Do you
Old
think
man.
that? What do you think? Like, I mean, I guess like, how do you think about the scene going forward? Like, how do you think it's gonna stay consistent based on the past history of it? Like, I
Yeah.
guess I don't really have any better way to phrase that.
As I said earlier, I think that it's in a really good position right now where I don't see it just suddenly dying out for any reason.
Right.
I think there's enough opportunity, especially I guess Discord helped a lot because obviously the Skullgirls Discord is like part of the anime Discord, and some people don't like that, but it gives the community a lot of visibility. And there's a lot of people that sort of just dip in and play every now and then that you just otherwise wouldn't get, that sort of give the illusion of the scene being quite big, I guess.
Yeah, like Julian,
and
I guess.
That's helping. That's helping.
Right.
I think it's gonna be consistent until something comes out that grabs all those Skullgirls players. Maybe Skullgirls 2. I can see Skullgirls 1 pretty much living. I feel like Skullgirls has managed somehow to sort of carve its own niche where it's not going to get superseded by anything other than another Skullgirls game.
Yeah. Like, people. I guess the only thing I can see is the new Dragon Ball game, but I don't know.
I don't think that's going to kill Skullgirls whatsoever.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to. I actually don't think that's going to kill anything, to be honest.
Yeah,
If anything, it may be Infinite, but I think there's enough people that like Infinite enough for it to sort of live. It's not going to be a big game in the end, though, I don't think. But that's another conversation entirely.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think we pretty much covered everything. Do you have any closing thoughts about anything, Skullgirls whatsoever?
Well, I don't think I'm ever going to get fully competitive again, but at
Oh
the
yeah, we
same
didn't
time,
talk about you playing Peacock Robo Band. That was tight.
Oh yeah, yeah. I play that now just because it's basically, I guess, OCE. At least in the old times where I was still really big in the scene. This is like the theory best team in the game.
I think it probably still is, honestly.
Yeah, I like playing Peacock. It has a Robo on it, which is nice. It means I have to learn Big Band though, and Big Band is even, I like him, but he's probably one of the characters that doesn't fit how I play fighting games instinctively very well. I have to really force myself to learn Big Band things to play him decently.
Right. Yeah. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, because the way you played Eliza and stuff.
Yeah,
Like you
but
kind
the
of
team's strong.
Yeah, definitely strong.
I can't blame anything but myself for losing with the team. Not that I should be anyway, but
In an ideal world, it's like playing Fox, and it's like I miss my Let's Dash. That's on me. That's not on Fox.
yeah. I just think there's no team that does better than go even with this team. So
Yeah. I really can't think of any team that beats that team. Really, it's not even any team. It's just any strategy that really just just beats it.
yeah,
It's
it's like you can have good one-on-one matchups against the team, but you're not going to be able to shut down what the team does.
No, you just can't. I guess the only thing the team really lacks is consistent, strong approach into mix up, but or like scrappy situations. I guess that's the only thing the team
Yeah,
really is bad at. But even then,
yeah,
you got Big Ben doing Big Ben things, and that's tight.
yeah. So there's a universal answer to that, but
Yeah,
a risky one.
I don't know. That pretty much covered everything I can think of. So,
Yep.
do you have anything else?
I don't think so. I'll try and stick around. I don't think I'll ever completely not play Skullgirls, even though I complain about it a lot more now than I used to. Just
As soon
my
as you get
time
good internet,
investment
dude.
is too much.
Yeah. As soon as your net fixes up,
Yeah,
or
that'll
maybe
help.
if I come to Melbourne, we'll play a bit.
Yeah, you should do that. You should just move to Melbourne permanently. As should everyone else, by the way. Gotta slip that in somewhere. I haven't done that once. All thing.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, it was fun, man. It was fun catching up, I guess, because we
Yeah,
haven't talked in a while, really.
not like this. Well, I haven't had a microphone for a while either. And
I didn't feel like that, but yeah.
and I don't jump into the conversations as much as I used to either. I guess in general.
Yeah, it's kind of
I
kind of
probably
like
should.
you have to pull you into conversation. Oh yeah, Tomo, what do you think about this? And
Yeah.
Tomo, what do you think about this thing that got nerfed from Beowulf? And you're like, this character sucks. Though I'm like, hell yeah, this character's fun. We had a long conversation about, oh, this character's lows are so good. I feel like
Yep.
they're not. I feel like they're not that strong.
Hmm.
But I feel like they really balanced out by his really safe hop pressure. So I don't know. There's stuff with it.
His lows are really good, but he needs to be in the right place to do them,
Yeah.
which is hard.
Yeah, because can't move.
Everyone else just moves so much better than you, other than Squiggly.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for being on the podcast, Emma.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you for
problem.
finding the time and finding the mic to do it.
Yeah, mostly the mic, but
But yeah, that was fun. Next podcast, I don't know. Maybe I'll get Edge. Maybe I'll find it in me to find Dime and then get Dime on it. I probably should.
I think you should do that. That would be a really unique perspective compared to anyone else. I think as well.
Yeah, because he speaks in Dime. He speaks in Dime, and that'll be fun to get onto the show.
Yep.
I think he knows me too, so it's not like I'll just be like, oh, I'm just a random whatever. Hopefully.
I assume that he would know you. He's not that gone. I mean, he's been playing Marvel Infinite at the moment, but
Did you play him in Infinite?
he still exists. I haven't played him in Infinite because he plays on PC, and I can sort of play online on PC Marvel Infinite, but not
Okay.
really.
So you mostly play on PS4 when you can. For
But
Infinite?
yeah, but even then, I don't really. It's
Right.
still too sketchy. I'm pretty much an offline player at the moment.
You're too busy killing Unist online.
That's one game that I will definitely. As soon as my internet is back, I'm grinding Unist.
Oh hell yeah, dude! When's that game coming? When's that game coming out in English?
Well, I thought it was meant to be last month.
Okay.
So I'm now confused. all of the news has just been not very consistent. It's like Q4, then European version out in what? Was it October? I think it was October. Maybe it's this month. It was actually meant to be. So maybe it's coming soon, perhaps.
Okay.
But
I definitely
who
want to
knows?
play
They
that
d-
game when that game comes out.
there's definitely citable source that says Q4. So
Whichever
they
that
haven't
is.
said anything else. They haven't said anything else.
Maybe it comes out on December 31st. You don't know.
Yeah, probably. That's the
But,
way it usually goes.
Yeah, that's. I think we dragged down for like half an hour longer than we could.
You keep trying to end it.
Yeah.
You won't end it.
And then forget it. And I guess that's pretty much it. Thanks for being on the podcast, Tim. It was really fun. Thanks to people who listen
thanks
to
for
it.
having-
Thanks to people.
Thank-
Let me know if I need something to put into the thing. Maybe less rambling. I don't know. I think the rambling is a part of the podcast, so I'm gonna keep it. People can hold that.
When you have me on it, it's going to be impossible to not ramble just because I'm not very good at conversation otherwise.
It's fine, dude. It was all right. You weren't too bad. I've had other people ramble way worse at me, and I just wanna stop talking. I haven't had
You
that.
reined me in. You reined me in a little bit. You did
Yeah,
good.
hell yeah. So that's pretty much it. Thanks people who were listening, and I'll see when the next one comes out. So that's pretty much it.